And I told Ron Howard I couldn't do the movie.
Everybody seems to think that acting is the best job ever. But in the case of these stars, there were moments that made them question their career choice.
So I thought I should think about it for a few days and just make sure.
Actors and actresses are usually proud of the craft they churn out, and why wouldn't they be? Especially with all the effort they put in. Though at times there are moments where they question their decisions. Sometimes the things that these stars are required to do can cross the line, making things so difficult that they almost quit the industry altogether.
Eric, please.
Jennifer Lawrence impressed audiences with her role as Katniss Everdeen over the course of 4 Hunger Games movies, but a particular scene in the final film almost made her quit. While filming the sewer scene, Lawrence had to wear a 20-pound costume in extremely high temperatures, which required 3 weeks of filming. The process was so excruciating that Lawrence considered quitting until changing her mind.
That was a day of great sorrow.
Emma Watson nearly walked away from playing the fan-favorite character Hermione several times while shooting all 8 films until the studio made some accommodations to her schedule. While filming the scene where Hermione and Ron destroy a Horcrux in the water, she was required to partake in extensive filming in extremely cold temperatures when she was already soaking wet. I hate to sound whiny, but it's horrible. This has definitely been the most intense, grueling period of filmmaking I've ever done.
I definitely made the right decision.
Zoe Saldaña has been a part of multiple blockbuster franchises, from the MCU to Avatar and Star Trek. But among one of the actress's first major roles was in Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, a film which she nearly quit. Saldaña claimed that the aura on the set of the Disney film was so toxic and elitist that she nearly quit the business completely. People disrespecting me because they look at my number on a call sheet and they think I'm not important. Jennifer Lawrence had to use plenty of blue makeup and prosthetics in order to accurately portray the iconic X-Men character Mystique over the course of 4 movies. Though Lawrence almost quit the role before filming her 4th and final outing as the character in Dark Phoenix. While initially Lawrence wasn't too bothered by the fumes and toxins in her blue getup, as she continued to reprise the role, it started to bother her greatly. Now I'm almost 25 and I'm like, I can't even pronounce this, and that's going in my nose? I'm breathing that?
Turns out they never had to do 8 hours of full-blown body paint ever.
Oh.
Many fans were disappointed in how Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye was used in the first Avengers film, and apparently so was Renner himself. Renner didn't want his character to be just a mindless victim for Loki, and wanted Marvel to kill his character off, though the studio had other plans, so he would no longer have to play the role. Eventually, the creative minds at Marvel opted to give Renner's character a more substantive arc, which led to the actor finally being satisfied.
Look, it's not just, slinging arrows and flying with hammers and that kind of stuff.
Anya Taylor-Joy has made waves with her incredible performance as Beth Harmon in The Queen's Gambit. Taylor-Joy was unsure if she could fit the bill when playing the titular character in the Jane Austen adaptation Emma. So I got Jane Austen's Emma as a job, and that really panicked me because it was a role that was supposed to be beautiful from the offset, and I hadn't done that. I'd played creatures, outsiders, whatever. At this point, Taylor-Joy wasn't sure if she liked the path her career was going, and considered quitting, but changed her mind as filming went on.
This was more an opportunity for me to show that I am an actor and I'm versatile.
For Jim Carrey, it was not just one scene in particular that made him want to drop out of Ron Howard's live-action adaptation of Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. Carrey quickly grew sick of the hours and hours of time he had to endure in the makeup chair in order to portray the iconic green character, as well as putting on the frisbee-like eye lenses, which were certainly not comfortable. It was not until producer Brian Grazer called up his friend from the CIA to help train Carrey to better deal with the makeup process. After the visit, Carrey decided to stay on board as the Christmas-hating Grinch. While filming the MCU sequel, Thor: The Dark World, Jaimie Alexander, who plays Thor's Asgardian friend, Sif, slipped and fell while filming on an elevated platform. The injuries, which included dislocating her left shoulder, herniating a disc in her spine, and chipping 11 of her vertebrae, were so severe that it was unknown how long recovery would be, and whether or not she would even be able to finish the film.
Wait, this is from doing stunts? Yeah! Is that why you got into Hollywood? I love it!
Alexander entered physical rehab for a month and was fortunately able to return to set to finish several fight scenes for the sequel. Jessica Alba considered quitting the industry altogether when playing the Invisible Woman in the superhero sequel Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. While filming a scene that required her to cry, she received notes from the film's director that made her question if she was good enough for the role. "He told me it looks too real. It looks too painful. Can you be prettier when you cry? Cry pretty, Jessica." He was like, "Don't do that thing with your face. Just make it flat. We can CGI the tears in."
Anger, rage, frustration.
One of Johnny Depp's big breakout films was his role in What's Eating Gilbert, Grape, opposite Leonardo DiCaprio. Depp, unfortunately, had a rough time making the film as it came really close to his own personal upbringing. Depp almost quit over the scene where his character had to call the actress playing his mother a bleached whale, and didn't appreciate how cruel his character was to his mother. Dylan O'Brien almost had to unwillingly quit after a stunt gone wrong while filming The Maze Runner: The Death Cure. The incident led to O'Brien having bone fractures, lacerations, and a concussion, which led to the filming having to be delayed for an entire year. O'Brien remained persistent about returning to the role for one last time.
It wasn't easy, you know.
And once he was cured, he jumped right back in and even took on several other action films as well, such as American Assassin and Love and Monsters.
That was awesome. Oh, I feel like Tom Cruise.
Michelle Rodriguez was angered when reading the script for The Fast and the Furious, when she learned that her character Letty was supposed to betray her boyfriend Dom and get with her boyfriend's rival Brian. She believed that an alpha girl would never leave her alpha male lover for a simple pretty boy, and threatened the producers that she would quit if they didn't do her character justice. The director ultimately changed the script, introducing a new character, Mia, to serve as Brian's new love interest. You may recognize Stanley Tucci for his role in The Hunger Games or his role as Nigel in The Devil Wears Prada. Tucci landed an American Award nomination for his work in The Lovely Bones, but the disturbing nature of his character almost led him to quit the movie. Tucci went on to say that having to portray a character who performs the heinous actions that he does was painful. It was grueling because of the nature of the character and the nature of the story. You can't do anything to make that any easier. With Star Wars: The Force Awakens being her first ever major film, Daisy Ridley felt immense pressure while filming on set as Rey, and almost walked away from the role because of the mental stress. During filming, director J.J. Abrams called Ridley's acting wooden, and that comment, along with being the new face of one of the most beloved franchises in history, caused her to panic and consider quitting acting for good. Thankfully, in the end, Ridley stuck with the role and ended up receiving rave reviews for her work as Rey in the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Even before the days of the internet, a lot of eyes were on Michael Keaton when he was announced as the new Batman. While some may expect donning the black batsuit to be an experience of a lifetime, for Keaton, it was a nightmare. Putting on the black suit triggered Keaton's claustrophobia, which sent him in a panic every time he had to put on the suit. I thought, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, man. I'm feeling really, really scared. Even some of Hollywood's biggest and brightest stars almost walked away from some of the roles that made them the stars that they are known as today. Even Jennifer Aniston almost quit acting after starring in a project that she felt was unprepared. Thanks for watching.